Hello, my friends. Welcome to Fails PMP Exam cheat sheet. I put this cheat sheet together to help many of you. And I know many of you have heard, oh, this cheat sheet is going to help you for the exam, this and that. So I decided to put one together for you that is legitimate to be shared, because I know a lot of the sheets floating around are not legitimately being shared by the author. And secondly, those sheets that are being shared don't map directly back to the PMBOK guide, 6th edition. So what I've done in this sheet is created context for you to understand in just everyday speak what is done in every process. And we're going to go over it. If you want a copy of it, look for the link below. I'm going to put a link below so you can get a copy of this cheat sheet. Okay, so let's take a look. When you take a look at the very first part of this sheet, all the way up here, you can see that this is Develop Project Charter. Okay, this says authorize the project and the project manager. This down here is identify stakeholders, identify project influencers and end users. It's that simple. What I've tried to do is keep it simple language without you sweating it, so that when you read one sentence there, you get the idea of what the entire process is at a high level, and you can just move on, especially those of you that may find yourself in crunch time for this test. Okay. Next one here is develop project management plan. So this is developing a plan for the entire project. In scope, we're planning how to manage scope on a project. We're collecting requirements from stakeholders. We're identifying all that needs to be done to meet requirements. That's defining scope. And then we're creating a visual hierarchy of work. Next one here is planning how to develop the schedule. We're creating a list of tasks, we're arranging the tasks in order, and we're deciding how long each activity will take. Now, in addition to this, remember that after you decide how long each activity will take, there is one more important step. And that step is to create the schedule. And how do you create the schedule? By putting all of these pieces together. You create the schedule by taking the durations, the relationships, and you put it all together, and that's it. You got your schedule. Next, we move into cost. In cost, we plan how to manage project cost. We estimate each task cost, and we add up all task costs to a total budget. In quality, we plan how to manage quality of the project and deliverables. In resource management, we plan how to acquire and manage resources. Then we decide on the resource quantity and type. Communications, we plan what to communicate, why, and when. In risk, we do a number of things. Now keep your eye on this one, because this one is also tricky. In risk, we plan how to manage risks. We identify the risks, in other words, what could go wrong or right, and then we analyze the risk. Now, I've kept that very simple because we have two analyses. We have qualitative and quantitative, but the bottom line is you analyze the risks, okay? Next, we plan how to respond to the risks, and that takes us into procurement. In procurement, we decide whether to make or buy whatever is needed for the project. And in stakeholder management and planning, we plan how to keep stakeholders interested and engaged. And that's planning. It's that simple. Those are the things you do. Executing, we direct and manage the project work. We integrate all moving parts and observe. In managed project knowledge, we share knowledge and lessons learned. The next one here is quality. Check the process as work progresses, audit and investigate poor project causes. In resource management, we hire the team, we acquire physical resources needed. We're involved with team leadership and team building, and we're also involved in team management. Next, in communications, we're involved in distributing needed information through hard copy and in meetings. In risk, within executing, we carry out the risk responses that you decided on. In procurement, you select a seller and award a contract. In stakeholder, you keep stakeholders engaged as planned. Let's move on to monitoring and controlling. We monitor the project progress and report as appropriate. We manage changes, we review change requests and decide approval or rejection. Then we move into scope, where the customer inspects the deliverable and decides approval or rejection in validate scope. In control scope, we monitor scope performance and create scope creep, prevent scope creep, I beg your pardon. That's the opposite of what you want to do. You want to prevent scope creep. Next, we monitor schedule performance and prevent delays. Next, we monitor budget performance and prevent cost overruns. We inspect the deliverable and verify compliance with requirements before sending to the customer. We monitor physical resource usage and availability and ensure plan alignment. In other words, make sure your resource management plan aligns with what is going on. Monitor communications and ensure plan alignment. So whenever I say ensure plan alignment, that just means change whatever is not working and ensure that what is in the plan is being executed. Next, we have monitor risks and ensure approaches and methods are effective. Identify any new risks across the project. That's a bit of a long one, but that process is a bit of a long one too. Monitor and manage the contract. Ensure benefits and deliverables are realized. Next, we have monitor the effectiveness of your stakeholder engagement and correct as needed. And over here we have close down the project or the phase. All right, so that is it, okay? Now, when you are going through, because I know I am going to get a question about that. So where we have analyzed the risks, you got to remember it is both qualitatively and quantitatively. So I will be adding one more line because I know some folks may not listen to this instruction that analyzing the risk can be done qualitatively and quantitatively. But as you go through it, just remember that I told you, make it simple as possible, and just think about it as analysis, okay? And as you move more into the material, you could then think about them separately as quantitatively and qualitatively analyze the risks, okay? I hope you find this sheet to be helpful. Let me know if you would find this sheet helpful. I'm going to put a link below if you find it to be useful, and then you can grab it, use it for your studying, all right? I call it a process conversion because, you know, there's so much information in the sixth that you got to convert it from what is written to something meaningful in your head. I hope this helps. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.